All right. Well, hello. Welcome to Midnight Cherry TV. We are live. We are ready. We're live. We're ready here on Midnight Cherry TV for the battles. The battles here at the CG Grift tourney. I am redoing it over here on the channel. Spilled a little coffee here right on Vito and Malin's names there. That's not so good. But I've been looking at this. Been looking at this week. Boy, I'm gonna need a drink. I'm coughing. I need my Mad Italian drink. My Get Mad and Forget About It. Mad Italian cup, of course. But I am ready to do this. The Sad 16. We're going to get to the Ugly 8. We might get to the Fraudulent 4. We'll see. We'll see if we get there. We'll see how long I want to stream today, guys. But you know what? I'm gonna put the marker. You know what? Do I want to start early, guys? You know what? I'm gonna start a little early. I immediately have to mark down Vic King over Min Salad, guys. We all know that was coming. I think everybody felt it in their hearts. We've got to put Vic King straight into the Ugly 8. That's a no-brainer. Of course, I'm knocking over things here at the station. But Risey Lee, the drunk Australian character of YouTube, was kind of critical on a couple videos ago of all my mug, my cherry mug here, which is really just a nice vintage mug, guys. But he was complaining about the cherry mug being of low quality, which is actually high quality, So I brought out some more mugs the last video, guys. So put that cherry mug over there. We got so many mugs here. Make some room. Of course, the Mad Italian is a shout out to, of course, our boy Dark Grift, as well as the many Italians, the many Mad Italians that lurk the internet, guys. But of course, it's a fine cold iced beverage. But the shout out to Dark Grift, his first competitor in the tournament. Katie did. We got this nice dog mug. Check out that dog mug. Kind of in a weird position, the dog mug, but nice nonetheless. Made in the USA 1800s. We got, of course, the Red Bar Radio mug. Of course, we got the various cherry mugs. We have the cherry cream, ice cold cherry cream. It's always best to serve your cherry cream ice cold. Of course, all the ladies of the Cherryverse know that. We got, we're almost dropping stuff. We're knocking over mugs, guys. We got so many mugs, so many mugs. People were talking shit about all the mugs, so we brought all the mugs out. Of course, a cherry never forgets, and neither does an elephant. So, of course, we have this elephant mug. So, any number of these mugs can go far in the cherry mug tournament that'll be coming up here. Of course, feminist AF, guys. Some people say I might be anti-women, but really at my heart, guys, we got all these women that made it far. Min Salad just lost to Vic King, but Sheila and Anna, really worthy competitors in this tournament. Of course, I got my giant cowboy stein, yet another mug. You got to be a cowboy baby out there. So a lot of mugs out there, and then of course, another shout out to Rise Lee, loves cats. So we brought the cat mug. So all the various mugs, we got all these various mugs ready to go. But right now, guys, I think we're finally ready. Let me move the cat mug over here. All the mugs are ready for anybody judging the mugs. We got Tree Goblin in the chat. Well, for anybody just tuning in, like Tree Goblin, the tournament has started, and Vic King has already made the Ugly 8. That was kind of a walk-in victory. Min Salad's only so good, and of course, all these mugs. People were very judgmental on the mugs the last 2 videos, so we brought them all out. And we'll of course, do the cherry mug tournament at some point on the channel. We do love our beverages here on the channel. But we've got the Sad 16. We're getting to the the Ugly 8, the Fraudulent. Let me move the camera around here. The Fraudulent 4. There's been a little, some people are kind of looking at this as kind of a fun, jokey tournament. And here's the thing, guys. At the end of the day, all 16 of these names really should be, really, we want them homeless. We want them on the street. We want them not creating comics, preferably sterilized, put in a contained area, similar to like Amsterdam on The Wire, if you've seen that, or parts of Philly are like that as well, parts of DC. Kind of contain the virus that is comic book people, but mainly Comicsgate people. And the Sad 16 is really a demonstration. All 16 of these names really should not give them any money. We really want to root for their downfall. If they have not fallen already, such as Robert Kincaid, Vic King, really on failing on his grift of grifting to be a normal human being. But the astute viewer out there, the Midnight Cherry TV fan, knows that Vic King was never a normal human being. And you gotta watch out for those people that defended Vic King, like a Nasser, Dark Grift Comics. These people were friends of Vic King, talked with him in DMs, really saw his side of things. I don't know. It's boy, oh boy, I thought he was a scumbag, and I only talked to him publicly. So then, anyways, Vic King in the Ugly Eight. It's a walk in the park against Mint Salad. Mint Salad's a tough competitor. She is quite the kind of internet grift whore. The kind of pussy grift, if you will. Not so much the titty grift that Mandy runs. Mandy runs a little bit of pussy grift, but it can vary. It can vary, guys. But let's get to the Sad 16 here, guys. Let's see who the really sad people are here. Really at this point, no matter who wins or loses, they're both grifters, and we can kind of point that out. But let's get to another quick work here, guys. Of course, Vic King already in the Ugly Eight. You got to go. We got Dark Grift, Word Nerd. This is a music bracket, guys. Now, a lot of people, they talk about Word Nerd's rap. Word Nerd rapped about Comicsgate. He's made a comic. He works various angles. He fights with people in sort of inane ways. A top level grifter, but an amateur grifter, guys. An amateur level grifter. Word Nerd was on Dark Grift channel supporting Dark Grift's music grift. So, in the law of the jungle, guys, in the law of the grift hurry here, which is how we have to look at the Sad 16. This is the law of the grift jungle. And the laws of the grift jungle, to me, Word Nerd would love to have the Dark Grift. Word Nerd, wannabe rapper, Dark Grift ready to show you him rapping as a teen. So again, beating Word Nerd to his own rap grift of poor, off-rhythm, off-key white rapping by a decade or more, possibly 20 years, guys, possibly 20-year beating him to the grift, and just really, at the end of the day, if this is a real grift off, you have to look at Dark Grift. This is a 2 seed for a reason. Word Nerd, a beautiful grifterella run. But Dark Grift is the bigger grifter, guys. Dark Grift, you have to go with Dark Grift as the top grifter here to make it to the Ugly Eight. Let's see what we got in the chat. We got some people in the chat. We got Risey loves you, but only he sucks cream pies. Wow. Got Kate in Orlando. We got Chris Stanley. Wrap it up. You gotta wrap it up, guys. And that's the thing, right? Really, we can laugh at Word Nerds, sort of Twitter slap fights, YouTube slap fights. Dark Grift has done it longer, better. Word Nerd, Comic Grift, Dark Grift, done it longer, better. A more solid grift. Word Nerd, the rapping, the music. Again, Dark Grift's got a decade or longer on Word Nerd's brief foray into music. And so you kind of have to look at Dark Grift as a top level grifter here. Let's go up to JDA and Liam. Shout out to, of course, all our Australians. We got the Risey raid in full effect. Apparently, Risey must be streaming. Well, of course, I personally, Midnight Cherry TV, blocked in the Risey Lee chat as Midnight Cherry TV, but I can be found there occasionally under an alias, blocked Banfruit Media. But JDA Liam, the Australian legend, really the number of grifts, the number of alleged grifts. You know, that's the thing about it, guys. You have to look at the grifts. You have to look at the alleged grifts. You have to look at the attempted grifts. You know, Liam, you know, you might have supported his comic books when he was a successful Comicsgate grifter. He was on EVS's channel. People were on his channel. He was streaming a lot, and he was really a top level CG grifter. But years before, you know, early Nasser days, you know, he was trying to do the comic sway, failing on that. It's you know, a lot of grifts that really never took off. They were really just a thought in the just the creative, insane mind of Liam, and it's you know, he's here for a reason. He's in the Sweet 16 for a reason. He was a 4 seed, rightfully here. But he's going against JDA, guys. He's going against John Delarose, science fiction's leading Hispanic wife beater author, John Delarose, versus Liam. The fight that we would love to see in real life. You know, if we could, you know, put the cap on, if we could talk about the JDA Liam fight, you know, really, these are two of really just sort of flip-floppiest, back and forth, sway in the wind sort of people in the whole tournament, guys. You know, 64 names, you know, other names suggested, other names entered out. You know, we're talking probably 80 names. You know, if we started to think about it, you could add another 100 to 200 names easily. And JD and Liam are two of the most chameleon-esque, really working a level of grift, a level of kind of internet spurgery. They're victims 1 minute, they're on the attack the next. Is it a comic? Is the comic a revenge comic? In you know, like JDA, guys. JDA is producing comics, purely spite comics. He's commissioning artwork purely to rile someone up. I mean, really, this is a tough matchup. But for me, I have to put JDA. When I lay it out like that, when you lay out the level, the layers, it's like an onion that you peel back. And for me, JDA is in the ugly eight. This is a JDA, very strong grift. It's been going a long time. Liam, you know, he was quiet. He picks his moments of loudness and quiet. John Delarose is sort of always loud. And for that reason, I got to put him in the ugly eight. We got a lot of movement in the chat. Let me check what's going on in the chat. We got Wiggle in the chat. Good afternoon. What did he miss? Liam Grift is the funniest to laugh at. It's like sports science. Risey rated in the chat. We got 600 people in the chat. Risey says, hi, Wiggle. Liam is trying so hard to grift and not making any money. It's really Liam's problem is people have memories. Risey said, lick his dick. Hilarious. And damn, my favorite loss, Tree Goblin. You know, it's a sad day for Liam fans everywhere. You know, but there's always next year. There's always a new grift. You know, he's in Vickyverse chats. He's back in EVS's good graces. Who knows where 2024, the rest of 2024, as well as the 2025, will take Liam. And by that point, JDA might have fallen from his stoop. He is a strong competitor, but also on the down end of his grift career, guys. I think JDA, you know, a fallen star somewhat. Of course, you know, beating his wife, sleeping with the escort and Sheila, another grifter on the tournament. It's a tangled web we weave. But so far we've got 3 of the ugly 8. JDA Dark Grift And Vic King, of course, Robert Kincaid, Dark Grift's best friend. Funny enough, guys, funny enough, JDA, Vic King, Dark Grift gives me a moment to preview a piece of content on my channel. Here, let me take a sip of the NBA mug. Delicious. Now, I don't know if the Risey rate is still in effect, but if you missed the beginning of the show, we brought out a lot of mugs. You know, the cat mug, you know, the Red Bar Radio mug, the dog mug for Katie Did, you know, the cherry cream mug for the ladies, you know, the feminist AF mug for the ladies as well. You know, the cherry mug. Oh, it's the elephant mug because the cherry never forgets. Just like an elephant, of course. A lot of stuff here, but that was all for Risey. Talking a little shit on the mugs in the Outer Pangea Grift tourney video stream. But again, guys, JDA, Dark Grift, Vic King, 3 strong. They've already made it into the Ugly 8. Once upon a time, guys, I don't know if you're a fan of Testify. If you're a fan of Testify HD, can I get a, you know, I don't know. Can I get a, boy, what, let me think of something that's not been taken and ruined about Testify. You know, just give me an RIP Testify in the chat, guys. But RIP Testify, you know, when he died, on my channel, I, of course, did a live stream about the 50 comics gators who deserved to go before Testify. If you haven't seen it, you know, if you haven't seen Testify, the 50 comic skaters who deserve to go before him, as well as the 50 more comic skaters who deserve to go before Testify. It's a popular video on the channel, but Dark Grift EFAP'd it on his channel with JDA and Vic King, and I'm going to EFAP the EFAP. It's going to be Cherryception coming up on the channel. I'm going to look at a 2-year-old video. Dark Grift, Vic King, JDA, watching a video of mine, upset, talking about the police should be called on me, all kinds of crazy nonsense. I'm going to watch it. I haven't watched the whole video. I've been shown clips of it. I've seen parts of it. I've been told about it. I'm going to watch the whole video. It's going to be a long stream. We're going to take some breaks. I don't like to stream that long, but I'm going to EFAP Dark Grift and JDA and Vic King, 3 of the strongest Ugly 8 competitors we have in the bracket left, ragging, upset about myself and a Cherry TV. But let's see what we got going in the chat. We got, of course, yeah, you know, Liam keeps giving true. You know, yeah, exactly. Liam's always got another year. My good friend Testify HD. You know, the wheelchairs, of course. That is the way to do it. But Chris Stanley saying, "Wow," Outer Pangea is saying, "Nice." But yeah, that's going to be a fun treat here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see the EFAP of a live stream. You know, I did 35, 40-minute live stream, and they streamed for 3 hours. So that is going to be a tough haul for me, guys. I do not like to EFAP. I do not like to stream that long. I don't enjoy it. But for you, the viewers, to really celebrate the CG Grift tourney and really the runs, the Cinderella Ugly 8 runs. You know, JDA has to go against Dark Grift now. Vic King, the winner of Sheila and Anna. You know, I don't want to lose the fun, guys. So, you know, we're gonna EFAP that, see how that goes. Let's get to the rest of this bottom bracket. Sheila and Anna. All right, guys. Sheila and Anna. You know, this is a tough call for me personally. I just feel, you know, speaking of Sheila, got the red bar mug. Vito the Pedo also fighting with Red Bar right now, I believe. It's a tangled web. The internet weaves. But Sheila and Anna, really two of the strongest female presences in Comicsgate. Sheila in the chats, Sheila on Twitter, really supporting the grift, promoting the grift, integrating herself into other grifts. You know, and then Anna, really a leader in the grift, you know, a voice, not really, you know, pure comics Kate. You know, she did the Vampirella cover. She does a comic experience, obviously. She is a failed cosplay artist. She delivers calendars late. You know, but Sheila again is former escort, lies about DA Talks hacking her computer and leaking underage pornography lewds, which in fact were not only her as an adult, but she posted them herself. And DA Talks is free of any charges. Free at last, DA Talks. Free the dean. You know, let my people go. DA Talks. You know, the FBI, the CIA, knocking at his doors, cracking the door down. You know, dragging him out of there, putting him in a jail car. All of that is Sheila Alien's dream. That's a Sheila Alien dream grift, if you will, guys. And that's a powerful thing. You have the right grift dream, and that grift can become a reality. Can she turn that into a real grift? It's a tough one. It's a tough one, guys. But again, who is the one attempting a victimization grift on a large comic convention? And that's what we're here, guys. This is professionals. These are amateurs. You know, these are all really professionals, but this is the CG Grift Sphere, CG Grift Pro Tournament. And Anna is a professional, guys. And this is going to be an upset. This is a bracket buster for, you know, if you were upset minded, if you watched the channel, I think you were probably thinking Sheila's name would make it to the Ugly Eight. But really, Anna working the comic convention grift, victimization, diversity victimization. It really was a late season run, I think, prepared Anna for this exact tournament. Sheila, again, she's going to have a strong year next year. She's going to be in this tournament again. Anna might not be. Anna might leave. You know, Anna might just be grifted out of this universe altogether. Spilling coffee all over the place. A lot of excitement here. Things happen on the channel. It's a big upset. If you're an astute Midnight Cherry viewer, I think you expected Sheila Aliens to be in the Ugly Eight, but Anna with the upset, not really an upset, but I don't know if she'd be a favorite. Spilling coffee all over the place. I don't give a shit here. Let's see what we got. We're not worthy. This one's not easy. We got, you know, he's fulfills. Well, really, all comic book creators are grifters. Justice for Dean. You know, on time shit books will not save you, says Outer Pangea, and that's really, you know, why you're grifting Mr. Wiggles grift Cherry. Well, you know, that's the thing, guys. To me, when you see an injustice done, you know, people, there's a reason comic book nerds were pushed in lockers by jocks, mocked, not chosen by women, not only back in the day, but also, you know, a lot of women do not choose nerds in present day as well. And rightfully so, guys. Rightfully so. And so there comes a time when myself, you know, I'm a sports fan here, NBA fan, NCAA fan. We got the Penny Hardaway toy in the corner. You know, if you're a fan of Midnight Cherry, you know I'm a sports fan. When you see comic nerds do something incorrectly, you have to do it. You have to show them. I support them getting in the game. You know, I'm a teacher. I'm a mentor, guys. I'm not going, you know, not in real life, but in the Cherry sphere, I am. And for that reason, you know, I support Outer Pangea's tournament. I love the CG Grift tournament because they're all grifters, guys. All 64 names here. They're all grifters. They're all reason they're on this tournament. You know, and I just want to make that known that you can laugh at this, you can have a joke. But at the end of the day, do not give these people your money. Don't buy comic books. We want everybody that's in this ugly eight, we want homeless by 2040. We want to, you will solve homelessness because the current homeless will be in houses and the homeless will be comic book people. And then we can easily put them in trucks and get rid of them, guys. Ugly eight, all these people, terrible, terrible people. They're grifters. Do not give them money. Do not give them YouTube support. For me personally, I want to let that be known to not only my viewers, but also you guys, show you how the brackets are done. But you know, a better tournament is that tea you're drinking. No, it's coffee. Never a nerd. Great roundup of grifters. Major marker brackets sold me. I mean, that's the beauty of the tournament, guys. Here, you know, we can kind of mark some things down. It's permanent here on Midnight Cherry TV. This tournament will always live on. Let's get to the top. Let's finish out the ugly eight. Malin Vito. You know, for me personally, guys, you know, Vito, another mad Italian. Here, not a sponsorship, but Vito, you know, he's boy. Let me think about this. You know, what does he have outside of comics? What are we looking at here? We're looking at a CG, which means Comics Gate. So, you know, part of the tournament is comics. You know, we're looking at Vito, and he's making a comic now, and he's grifting that comic. We know Vito's grifting that comic. I don't remember what the name of the comic is. Killer. It's like super. It might be Super Killer, which is a really bad name for a comic if it is called Super Killer. Hopefully, I got that wrong. Somebody tell me in the chat. But Vito Malin. Vito has other things outside of comics. He's grifting pedophilia. He's grifting, you know, the movies, the TV with Dick Masterson. He's around the internet. He's in and out. He's with Ethan really more so than comics even. He's grifting within the Trash Cast EVS grift more so than the Comics Gate grift. Malin, you know, his main grift is comics. And he doesn't even make comics anymore. So he's grifting his own talent. He doesn't make comics anymore. He hires people out to make his comics. He's not a visionary by any means. He's Richard Meyer's artist. That's the only reason he's in Comics Gate. But really, he's so unpredictable, and he's such a whiny bitch. And the thing about Vito, say what you will about Vito, he's not a whiny bitch. He's a bitch, but he's not a whiny bitch like Malin. And really, when you look at Malin's entire career, it's really being a whiny bitch. You know, I was on a stream with him. You know, I left the chat room and I found out he was upset that I left the chat room. This is when I was part of Comic Gate back in the Nasser days. We're talking 2017, 2018 days. I saw the side of Malin of just being a crying. He cry yells. He's a whiny bitch. And you have to view his tweets. Go to Twitter. Look at his tweets. Look at those tweets. Read them in your mind with a whiny, yelly, whiny voice. Then I want you to then look at how he promotes himself. He promotes himself as a guy's guy. He's never played sports in his life. He's never done any hard labor. John Malin has never done any hard labor in his fucking life. Are you kidding me? He's never played sports in his life. This dude is a bad comic artist who grew up in the 90s. This dude is such not a real man's man. He's really an effeminate sort of whiny bitch, but he puts himself out there as a strong man. And to me, Vito is presenting himself as a fat bitch, and that's what he is. He's a fat kind of a child inclined internet bitch. That's not a grifter, guys. That's not what it is, a grifter, but not an elite level grifter, guys. And that's why, again, this might be an upset to some. It might be an upset to some out there, but John Malin is in the ugly eight. The former, the current, the somewhat possibly always hand of the queen, John Malin, a strong 2 seed. We got a 2 seed right there, John Malin, beating Vito, your 3 seed that knocks out all the 3 seeds. I feel like I laid it out here, guys. Vito is, again, you have to look at who John Malin is, and he's grifting being a strong, masculine, intelligent man, and he's not. Listen to him talk. He's a flat earther. You might believe in flat earth, but you might not also be a comic creator. And those two things, boy, that should really take you out of the human race. As really your genetics should take you, that should take those genes right. We should take those right out. I don't know how you do that, but I mean, this guy is grifting being a man, really. And Vito, what's he grifting? He's doing a comics grift. He's working the child pedophilia grift. He's working the internet grift. It's fun. It's lively. We can talk about it. He can grift. He can work his grift. John Malin, you take away just a little bit and you see he will collapse. And that really is a strong grift. It's a strong grift. You have to pay attention to it. He's going against most likely EVS. That is going to be a huge matchup. John Malin in the ugly eight. We're here. Let's see what's going on in the chat, guys. We got Vito's trailer reminds me of a Weight Watchers testimonial. Vito, the self-admitted pedo, says Outer Pangea in the chat. Vito loves the attention. People are talking about it. Wasn't Malin in the Army Reserves? I don't believe it, guys. People are saying, tell me how you really feel. Nobody cares about military service, says Richie. Thank you for your cervix. We got this Hojo. I don't know who this is, but he is a comic creator, guys. And I have to, again, all comic creators, we need not to support these people. I really do believe that if you're creating comics, you should be homeless by 2040, if not sterilized. This is just a Midnight Cherry viewpoint. You may not agree with it. You don't have to watch the content, guys. But that is where we are at here, guys. EVS Row. I'm not going to give this too much. I gotta put EVS, guys. Let's look at this here. Row hasn't even released the various things that could destroy EVS, which I believe exist. A lot of people don't believe that it exists. I believe it does exist. It's a 1 seed versus a 2 seed. 1 seed versus a 2 seed. We had a lot of upset, guys. But really, when you look at it, not a lot of upsets when you get to the ugly eight. We got a 1 seed Dark Grift versus or 2 seed Dark Grift versus JDA 1 seed. We got Vic King, a 4 seed, possible Grifterella run. Anna, EVS, and John Malin. I just broke down John Malin. I hope you guys enjoyed the John Malin breakdown here on the channel. Hoja did not do anything. This is a treat for him. Rakita wins Sauce's bracket. Rakita, I'll be honest with you guys. Nick Rakita was taken off of I'm gonna tell you guys a Midnight Cherry secret here. Nick Rakita was on the list of 64 according to the chat of Outer Pangea. And then he was removed. He was one of the final 6 removed from the tournament. And I had to shake up the tournament, guys. I had all 64 mapped out, ready to go to make the tournament. And sure enough, my own personal bracket was busted. 6 names were taken out. 6 names were put in. We got some good names. We got some good tournament names. We removed some names that I don't think belonged. But I had Nick Rekieta as a 5 seed. I had Nick Rekieta as a 4 or 5 seed, a strong seed. I think Nick Rekieta goes far in a Grift tournament. Really, any year he's a full-time, all-time, all-season, all-year grifter. Year after year, day after day, week after week, Nick Rekieta will be grifting his law, advice, his drinking, his hot wife cuckery that he does with his wife. I don't know how it all works. I don't know how it all works, but I know Nick Rekieta is a day in, week, year to year grifter, in my opinion. But Pansius is cast out. You know, I'm not here to cast out any comic creators. I just want you to know that I'm against people who create comics. You know, at this point, I have sold thousands of my comics. I've gotten rid of almost all of my comic books. Got rid of most of my, pretty much all of my comic book related paraphernalia. Speaking of that, compared to this NBA mug or this basketball bank, the normal merchandise you find connected to comic books is trash. So again, 1 point for sports over comic books. Let's take a little drink. Let's see. Legend Grifter. We got 2 matchups left. We got Yellow Flash. Let me take this out here, guys. We got Yellow Flash versus Eric July and Joe Froggo versus Cecil. This is two bigger matchups than I think a lot of people thought. You have a 1 seed versus a 5 seed and a 6 seed versus a 2 seed. A 6 seed Joe Froggo. Get your guns out. Get your guns out for Joe Froggo. Fire into the air. Get your tents. Get your sleeping bags out for Joe Froggo. He needs your help. He needs your support. Get your Joe Froggo foam hobo sacks. Currently unavailable, but I will make them available, guys. Joe Froggo, not only Asian, not only homeless, not only a bad father, not only the gun grift. He's the Comicsgate last dollar grift. He's also crippled. He's working the cripple grift. Joe Froggo was a strong grifter. Strong grifter. A strong 6 seed. Grifting hard. From the 6 seed, beating Mandy, a longtime titty grifter. But Joe Froggo is going against Cecil, guys. And I don't know if you know the Midnight Cherry TV Cecil history here. You know, I was a Cecil fan, Cecil supporter. I was one of his first moderators on his channel. Cecil was on my channel, on this current channel you're watching right now. At some point, he was on his channel. He's in chats. I was a fan of Cecil, guys. And let me tell you this. Cecil is a grifter, and to see his interactions with me, me presenting him, really factual evidence of certain situations. I saw what he did to Nurkish up close and personal, like probably few in current day Comicsgate did. I was not a huge Nurkish fan. I was a Cecil fan who became a fan of Nurkish when I saw their comedy together. But then when to see Cecil turn on Nurkish and to see that whole thing play out with the Tim Lim war campaign, it was just a whole situation, guys. And for me, Cecil, he just keeps going. He's like the Energizer Bunny of grifting, because he's grifting Dom DeLuise's image. He's grifting he's a he got kicked out of Wall Street. That's all bullshit. We know, at this point, he's been doxxed at this point over and over again. We know who Cecil is, and he really is a how do I put this? He's a professional, guys. I think the best way to put this is that Cecil's a professional and Froggo, a top level amateur here, guys. If professional is here, Joe Froggo is like right here, guys. And Joe Farago is right there. He's on the cusp. I need Joe Farago to really create products. I need Joe Farago to create products, not deliver them, deliver shitty versions of them. And Joe Farago could be in the ugly 8 next year, could have a Final Four run. I think the ceiling is, the sky is the limit for Joe Farago in the end, in the long run, a 2025, 2026. When's Joe Farago going to release his comic book and attempt the grift? The full-time professional grift, the comics grift. And for that reason, I have to put Cecil, guys. I think Cecil, your 2 seed here in this bracket. I love Joe Farago. Fire off some shots for me for Joe Farago. If you got a gun nearby, fire off some Joe Farago bullets into the air. Tell your kids good night, sweet dreams, and then tell them to say something into a camera against one of your internet enemies for Joe Farago tonight. Have a sip. Have a sip out of your Mad Italian cup today for Joe Farago. He did not make the ugly 8, but we have to look at this as a strong run, a strong development of his foundation, of his program. You know, these are 64 ultra competitive programs here, and Joe Farago, without a doubt, we'll see again. We will see Joe Farago again. And shout out to Joe Farago. You know, Farago's already almost ahead of the game. You know, seems charging for mods. Wow. I do not remember. I didn't know he charged for mods. You know, are you trying to convince yourself who should win? You know, we're doing this. We're doing this live. We're doing this right here, right now. We're coming up with the ugly 8. I have not, you know, I've looked ahead, but I really haven't decided who's going to win this, who's going to be in the final, where this tournament's going. I was inspired for Dark Grift to beat Word Nerd, to see Dark Grift use the rap, attempt offbeat, non-rhythmic, poor rapping nearly 20 years before Word Nerd really is an eye-opener. Check that out on Outer Pangea's channel. Dark Grift was fast on the rip to pull that video up, and it was quite impressive to see that he was so ready with the clip to show us his rap skills, which was so sad. And to really think that he kept going forward with music. I mean, listen to him now. I mean, I hate to go back to Dark Grift, but really, I mean, Dark Grift JDA is a top matchup in this tournament. I think if anybody's upset about the word, and I think you have to look at Dark Grift's just entire history, discography, his discography of music. We got our final ugly 8. We're gonna find out who's gonna make the ugly 8. We got Yellow Flash, Eric July. I'm gonna think about this for a minute. You know, I don't really know, guys. This is such a tough one for me, guys. I have to kind of think about this one. For me, Yellow Flash is, again, he's similar to Malin. He's grifting as a man. Eric July is almost grifting as a, I don't really know. The race thing is such a big grip for him. But for me, I feel like even though Yellow Flash is a 1 seed here in the comics grade grifter thing, where would Yellow Flash like to sell his comic books? I think he'd like to sell them to Eric July's audience. And for that reason, I have to put Eric July. To me, Yellow Flash, a strong 1 seed. The first number 1 seed to be knocked out, Yellow Flash. But again, Eric July he's a 5 seed. He's new to the game, but he's already surpassed so many others in the game, in the grift game. That I think Yellow Flash, I think Yellow Flash is outmanned, outgunned. I think he's in awe of the speed and tenacity that an Eric July brings in the grift sphere battle of how they grift, how they really take advantage of their audience, take money from people's pockets that really could be used for anything else other than this shit. Really spend your money on anything. You could spend your money on clothing. That is acceptable to me. To some degree, Shout out to Outer Pangea picking up the cherry shirt last live stream. But for me, I feel like you really got to spend your money anywhere else. And I think, all these grifters, Eric July, a strong 5 seed. We got a 5 versus a 2 versus 4, a 1 versus 2, a 1 versus 2. All the 2 seeds have made it. It's a big 2024 CG Pro Tournament Grift year for the 2 seeds. Dark Grift, who really had improved. Dark Grift would probably be a 4 or 5 seed. Had the Vic King situation not happen, him trying to bounce back from that, him leaving the internet. It's a confluence of events that brings him to a 2 seed, and he really just kept it up. Is Dark Grift going to leave the internet? Is Dark Grift going to leave Comicgate? What's Dark Grift? What's his music Grift doing right now? I don't even know. He's got to be working. He's got the open mic thing, I'm sure, still. What Grift is he working right now? And it's really it's moved him through the tournament. Let's take a look at the chat here real quick. Oh my God! Breaking news: we got the Outer Pangea got the 2024 Cherry CG Pro Grift Tournament hoodie. Pretty happy right now. We got the Outer Pangea has gotten the hoodie. We're the one that was sold before was taken down. I'm sure you could watch it tomorrow on his stream. Western Conference is stacked. Appreciate how thought out this is. EJ's the biggest grifter. Came out hard. Eric July came out like LeBron James and did as a rookie. Hoja paid John Dillard for his cover. That is actually a bigger offense, than being a comic creator. Honestly, you're helping comic creators not only support their family by comic grifting, which is a no-no. I think all comic creators really should have a job outside of comics to support their families, to support their just living. But boy, oh boy, I don't know if I agree with that. I think, again, John Dillard was he almost made it to the Sweet 16. Had Liam not really made a run here late, I am no fan of John Dillard. I've been watching John Dillard move like a serpentine snake through the various groups of Comicsgate to find his home amongst people like Jay Dalla and Dark Grift. And it is pretty funny stuff to me. Personally, I've just seen a lot of Dillard. He was a Cherry supporter at one point. Tangentially, I don't really know if he truly was. I feel like John Dillard is kind of a chameleon-esque. He's working that long-term comic script. What's going to be his best opportunity to make money? We've got somebody in the chat paying him. So that I'm not super. That's actually a bigger tick off for you out there in the chat. But it happens. It happens. But let's see. CG reminds me of being stuck on a 12-hour ship with the chicks and homosexuals, says Richie. That is very true. Very true. I can see that being true. I definitely had a job that I had to be around a lot of those people, and that is you're not far off there. There it is, guys. There's the ugly 8. A strong ugly 8. I was thinking about going to the fraudulent 4, the final fraudulent 4, but I'm looking at this tournament, and it is a really tough tournament to predict. I don't really know. I really have to think about this. Study the Grift science, the Grift. See what the Grifts are going right now. See where people are at. Of course, I want to see where the ugly 8 go in the real, true Outer Pangea tournament, the authentic one. Of course, this is the Cherry version. The Cherry redoes the Outer Pangea CG Pro Grift tournament bracket. Let's take a look at these ugly 8. The ugly 8 of the Midnight Cherry TV redo. We got EVS and John Malin. And Eric July versus Cecil, 2 seeds, a 1 seed, and a 5 seed. This should be an exciting matchup. I think on both ends. I think Eric July and Cecil. I don't know if Cecil can get through Eric July. Let's see what John Malin can do in the following week or following couple of days. Let's see where John Malin Grift can take us. He's really just such a crybaby, but so is EVS. Which of these crybabies sort of they're grifting as sort of masculine men? Both not really. See where that goes. And then of course we got JDA Dark Grift, the huge matchup, and Vic King, of course, all three. EFAPing an old stream I did. I'm gonna have to EFAP the EFAP coming up here on the channel soon here. But we got JDA Dark Grift, a 1 versus 2. Be a tough matchup, guys. Gonna be a tough matchup. I really don't know that we're gonna have to bring out the tail of the tape. We're gonna have to bring out the tails of the grift to measure the number of grift, measure the skill of the grift. I feel like JDA has left so many times that JDA, he really finds a propensity to be knocked out early, to be kind of have to change his grift. And it's too late in the day to change your grift. You are a JDA. Dark Grift, though, is he leaving CG? Let's find out where that goes. And then Vic King versus Anna. I think we all know where that's going to go. Thank God. Can we all say a prayer? Pray to your God. Pray to your Allah, your Jewish God, your voodoo God. Your anime God, if you're Risey Lee, whatever faith you have, please say a prayer. Thank your God that Anna is over age, because we do not want to see Vic King versus Anna. If Anna is 13 years old, good Lord, help me now. I do not want to see that. Vic King, Robert Kincaid, Dark Grift's best friend, Vic King, longtime Comicsgate supporter, really one of the most ardent, hardcore supporters of Comicsgate on Twitter, on YouTube. He's in the chats. He's all over the place. Vic King, Robert Kincaid, convicted and then released pedophile, abuser of young women, Dark Grift's best friend on the internet, Robert Kincaid, Vic King. Boy, oh boy, do I not want him around a underage Anna. However many years ago that was, 15, 20 years ago. Anna, I feel like could be 45, 50 years old. Plastic surgery to look 27. I don't know. But to me, Vic King, Anna, thank God, thank Jesus, thank all your various gods that Anna is overage currently. This is not something I wouldn't even have to talk about. But of course, we have Robert Kincaid, convicted pedophile. So really thank the Lord that Anna is overage. We're not going to have to deal with the repercussions of that situation. Let's see what we got going in the chat. We got 10 people in here. We got this is all a Grift, says OEMF. Final Four is going to be entertaining. Let's see. We got let's see. We got Georgina Floyd in the chat. Anna been 28 for 5 years. We got Big Steve. Let's see. We got Red Bar is watching. Never seen him so mad. Video called Liam Fap. Red Bar is watching. We got Art Bell in the chat. Underage Anna would be in trouble. Thank God she isn't a minor. You know what I think? You know what I am? I'm going to give you a special treat, guys. I think we can. I think, you know what? I just built it up. But let's get to the Final Four. I'm going to get right to the Final Four. I'm gonna have a drink of this water. I'm gonna just go for it. I'm gonna go to the Final Four. We're gonna see what the fraudulent Final Four is. Will we make Italians mad? Here on Midnight Cherry TV. All right. Really, Big Steve in the chat. We got 10 people watching, guys. We got the Risey raid. Who knows if that's still going on? I'll have to check that out later. But I'm just going to get to the fraudulent Final Four. I think we have to go immediately to Vic King. Vic King is a Final Four competitor, a fraudulent four, a 4 seed because of the really the amount of failed grifts involved in comics. But to grift, you know, let's look at this, guys. We just talked about John Malin, EVS, kind of grifting being masculine men. Vic King was grifting being a human being. He is a convicted pedophile, Robert Kincaid, and he had a number of people, his close friends, people sending him money for 7-Eleven pizza, people sending him money for laptops, sending him money for bad artwork. He's getting hired by fucking Dark Grift and Nasser. Meanwhile, he's in a halfway house after jail. Like, you have to be kidding me. Only in fucking Comicsgate can you get some bullshit like Vic fucking King. I've always thought this motherfucker was a piece of shit. And yet he persisted. Just being around. Ah, boy, it's really, I mean, it makes me to really think about it, to really think about Vic King being Robert Kincaid, convicted pedophile of Massachusetts. It's sad. It's a sad thing, but it's just so fucking funny because it's Comicsgate, guys. It's Comicsgate. It's comics people. It's really, you know, don't give these people money. I mean, geez Louise, can you imagine people gave Vic King money to feed him, to keep him? People won't help pedophiles in real life, so they have to go on the internet to pretend to be Vic King, Vicious King, Art Com, whatever the fuck this dude's fucking comic book production bullshit name was, and you gave him fucking money. And I feel like you knew he was a scumbag. He's shown enough reasoning to be a scumbag. Robert Kincaid, Vic King, could it be his year? I think it could be his year. I'm going to jump right up to Eric July. Who's Vic King going to battle? Eric July, Cecil. And again, I have to look at this. Would Cecil grift off of Eric July? And I think yes. I think Cecil is similar to a JDA. He's a chameleon. I think he can kind of move and shake. He can kind of, you know, John Malin crowd, EVS crowd, you know, Geeks and Gamer, you know, not Geeks and Gamers, but, you know, he was back in the day. I feel like Eric July again. I think the race grift is so strong with Eric July that I think this is a 4-5. This side of the bracket is fucking insane. Eric July with the upset, the fraudulent 4. Eric July, Vic King. Who will they see in the finale? Let's see the other side of the bracket. EVS John Malin, guys. You know, I'd love to give this to John Malin. John Malin, a crybaby bully victim, kind of fraudulent as a comic creator, fraudulent as a man, just really just a poor human being. We're talking about EVS though. We're talking about Ethan Van Sciver. We're talking about 30-year comic pro, 35-year grifter. He's pretending to be straight since he's probably 13, 12. It's hard for me to put John Malin's name here, guys. This is really an insult to John Malin. John Malin, you're so pathetic that you made the ugly 8, but not pathetic. Not pathetic in the way that we're looking for. So that is EVS. That's a 1 seed, a 5 seed, a 4 seed. Who will he meet? We have JDA, Dark Grift. We need to take a break. We need to look at the chat here. You're the Rocket for Vic King. Lifetime stories in it. Ethan, never been masculine image. Might win it all. Anna, the best late calendar. These are all true, guys. I mean, Anna had a real good run. You're going against Vic King. You're going against a grown man who abuses women, makes bad comics, eats 7-Eleven pizza. Sometimes I'll eat 7-Eleven pizza in a rush, but I don't need to ask money for it. Even broke. I feel like I would have enough money to pay for a 7-Eleven pizza. Let's see. We got, Anna admits she uses 2 filters. All CG women are using them and grifting. This is very true. Vic King sweep possible. We got John Malin is a strong grift, but he isn't a winner. Not a winner like EVS is Big Steve. Very true. Queen Baby. EJ ever used the race card? Yes. The race grift is strong with this one, Eric July. It's 3 years per book. Weak art, guys, but again, there are thousands. Let me repeat this. I'm going to repeat this again until you fucking realize it. There are thousands of people who are white who use Eric July as like their black friend, their black friend on the internet. And that's why the race grift is so strong with Eric July. That's why I have to put him above Cecil. But also Eric July working the comic book Iron Age. He's got a new name. It's clearly a grift. Eric July is working so hard. I think Cecil, if Eric July, hear me now, if Eric July were to get up to a higher level, let's say by ISOM 4, and it's grown exponentially, does Cecil jump ship to the Eric July world? And I think it's a strong possibility. He might ride out EVS to the end. But I don't think he has the number of grifts in him. He did his cash grab, and that's about it. He's really just a YouTube personality, and Eric July is trying to be a entrepreneur. He's trying to be Wesley Snipes in New Jack City. That's Eric July's goal. He's kind of a black nerd, a blurred, if you will. But let's see. We got Vic King gives slow and weak art. And he's a pedo. He's going against Eric July. So we got Eric July, Vic King. Let's take a look at the big bracket. Vic King, Eric July, a 4 versus 5. We got a 1 seed in there, EVS. Will he go against JDA, another 1 seed, or Dark Grift? And really, this is going to be the toughest one, guys. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna have a little sip. I'm gonna think about this, guys. We got JDA Dark Grift. I want you all give me in the chat. We got 12 people in here. Let me know who's the bigger grifter right now. Before I begin my sort of dissertation, if you will, to explain to you my winner. I want to hear the chat. I want, occasionally I do like to know what the chat's thinking. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. JDA Dark Grift, who's your grift champion? JDA, he's delivering comics. Dark Grift's not really. JDA is hiring artists and writing it. Dark Grift is doing the artwork. So technically, they could team up with an Ultimate Grift. You'd have JDA writing and Dark Grift doing the art. Now, Dark Grift is an artist. JDA is a writer. JDA, he's writing novels. He's writing articles. He's fancying himself a journalist. But Dark Grift Grift's in his name, guys. Grift is in his name. He literally accepts Grift in his name now. This man, Dark Grift, the Mad Italian himself, guys. One of the various Mad Italians. That's a spicy meat the ball. Jersey, just rat fuck Jersey people. Jersey people are fucking trash, guys. EVS. There's other Jersey people. They're fucking trash. Jersey people, they're fucking trash. There's no people from Jersey. They're like, oh yeah, these are the good people. Nah, they're all fucking trash. Like, you might find good people in New York, Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, even where King pedophile is. You might find okay people. If you're from Australia, like Rising Lee, don't come to fucking Jersey. Stay the fuck out of Jersey. Okay. JDA, he's out in California. He's on your West Coast. He's hooking up with escorts in Comicsgate like Sheila, getting knocked out earlier. JDA working he's Fandom Pulse. He's working that grift. Let me take a look in the chat here. JDA is the strongest. Brain says JDA. DG has Grift in his name. JDA's gargled down every corner. Always returns at EVS. Works way too hard. Let's go back to this. Guys. Big Steve says JDA works way too hard for how little money he makes. Think about this. Dark Grift streams more, fights on Twitter more than JDA, makes less money. Big Steve, I apologize, Big Steve. I know you felt like JDA, but you honestly, you're winning the argument for me. Boy, a few people have this color run these round robin contests on Fools. This is Cherry. Wins, the lazy grift of all time, though. It's such a lazy grift, guys. But I have to go back. Why did he change his name from Midnight Images? Was it because Midnight Cherry TV was another name around the circle? I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. Okay. But Dark Grift, he's similar to Joe Frago. We make fun of Joe Frago. We make fun of Word Nerd, a bad parent who drinks. What's worse? A bad parent who drinks, right? You got a wife beating Hispanic author, right? You got real competitors here. You got a New Jersey bartender. Who believes he's a real musician, but also believes he's a good comic book artist. That's so many grifts. JDA believes he just believes he's an author. JDA believes he is a writer. He believes he has political views. He has, an ex-wife that he beat. He has an escort that he sees. He bets on golf. He moves between groups. But at his core, he's an author. He believes he's an author. His main grift, when you boil it down, JDA is a pure author grifter. His grift is the written word. His grift is only the written word. Is it in comics? Is it in articles? It's the written word, and his public word, his vocal word, as well as his written word, changes at the drop of a dime. But Dark Grift, again, to be called Dark Grift for so long, we're talking years. Grift has been in his name. There's a reason for this. What's the biggest grift of all time? Sitting in the middle on something. That's the biggest grift of all time because you work all the sides. You work all the angles. You work all the grifts. What's Dark Grift? Is he Comicsgate? Is he Iron Age? Is he a musician? Is he an artist? Is he none of these things? Is he grifting all of them? You know, it's layers, guys. It's really, I go back and forth. This is the toughest of the four. I got to look in the chat once again. Boy, yeah, boy. Yeah, Midnight Cherry and Midnight Edge. It's like almost like he maybe changed it. The leading Latin grifter, author, narrator of CG. How do you beat the author? How do you beat the author? And I look at it and I go, you know how you beat the author? You trademark it. That's how you beat the author of Comicsgate, is you trademark it. Dark Grift has been using the Comicsgate name as a grift to the point that he was involved in the copyright situation. This dude hired a man's wife who was his enemy, some sort of comeuppance, revenge thing. I made a 35-minute video about Testify dying, and he EFAP'd it for 3 hours. JDA joined him. JDA joined him. Who has the passion? JDA will jump on anything, but who's going to lead it? Who's going to lead the grift? Who are the front lines? Who are the people at the edge of the grift, bringing people in, playing the fence, playing the angles, playing it like, oh, you know, comics are still good. These people are shitty, but no, all comics are bad. Comic creators should go homeless. Who's working the edge? Who's working the angle? JDA, he's writing articles for people who are already on his opinion. He's writing books for people who are already white ethno-nationalists. He's writing comic books for people who like shitty artwork. Dark Grift's on the edge of the grift, and for that reason, upset special, I have to cross out JDA, guys. Dark Grift, setting up a Dark Grift versus JDA, and let me just bring up, he's Vic King's best internet friend for over 6 years. He was convicted pedophile Robert Kincaid's best friend on the internet. Were he to be arrested, Vic King, they probably would inquire who Dark Grift is just from all his internet communication. Dark Grift EBS. I'm sorry, guys. I have to lay it out there. JDA, he's an author. But Dark Grift copyrighted that shit, guys. JDA might be the author of Comicsgate. Only one motherfucker, you know, he gets involved in the trademark dispute. He gets involved in the, you know. Look at all that shit, guys. Look at all the examples of the grift sphere. I have to put Dark Grift. I have to put Dark Grift, guys. I'm thinking about it. As much as JDA to me is a strong competitor, I think he had a stronger 2022, 2021, even 2020. You know, these are championship years for JDA. Dark Grift enters the window, guys. They talk about the window in sports. They talk about the championship window. Dark Grift's championship window has opened in 2024. Let's see what we got. Let's see if DG can pull it out. JDA is too short. DG will back him all the shorts. DG sits in the middle of the fence. Low effort karaoke. Paywall live streams. You know, these are all good. Good opinions. Brain says JDA. JDA streams are worth DG Grift on Pristed Wife. My heart says Dark Grift. Trailblazer. JDA spent 18 months. JDA might win. You know, DG standing on a fence. You know, well, yeah, exactly. The perfect grift. Yeah, it really. William says, why haven't I heard about this channel before? This is, of course, Midnight Cherry TV. If you haven't heard about it, that's on you. JD played a broad grift, good grift. OG grifter. JDA article list was really, yeah. I mean, JDA was in the Testify group. You know, the genius of grifting from the middle is that everybody passes you when they switch sides. Ain't that the truth, guys? Dark Grift has appeared on literally everyone's channel except mine, and he will never appear on this channel. I can confirm that one. What a Chad. Doesn't have to live a finger to it was always going to be a DG Vic finale. We don't know about that. We don't know about that. I feel like, you know, we costing too many points, Cider. Well, you know, Colonel Morguy will say Cider made a strong upset of Mike S. Miller. Mike S. Miller, I don't think is too much of a failure of a parent, a human being, a comic book creator. Cider Hype, he can't even really, he's grifting his bowels. You know what I'm saying? He's got those issues. Cider Hype made the upset pick, but he couldn't get through Word Nerd. Very hard to get through Word Nerd. Dark Grift got through him. Dark Grift got through JDA. Dark Grift has gone through the fucking gauntlet. But can he go through EVS? Can Dark Grift go through EVS? Let's take a look at the Fraudulent 4. This is the end of the stream here. Let's look at the Fraudulent 4 here. Let you bask upon the greatness. We've got EVS, Dark Grift, Vic King, and possibly the upset of the tournament, guys. A 5 seed, the highest seed left in the tournament, Eric July. Can Eric July rally the white women? Can Eric July, can he rally the troops to mount an upset of Vic King? I don't think so. I think that's a tough road. We'll see where Eric July takes it. If Eric July gets arrested tomorrow for fucking around some little kids, I think Eric July can win this whole thing. But right now, Vic King is a preemptive favorite on this one. EVS, Dark Grift. I think EVS, as much as we all love Dark Grift's Grift, he beat JDA, who was a favorite in the tournament. To beat JDA, EVS back to back, you're really working a tough Grift. I have to see where it goes. Is he going to leave Comicsgate? Is he going to? He's getting kicked out of Twitter groups. I don't know. EVS, Dark Grift. This could go either way. Vic King, Eric July. Vic King is a preemptive, heavy betting favorite. Dark Grift, EVS. I think that's an even line. You know, I think if you're on FanDuel or your sports book, I think this is an even draw. This one, I think your safe money is on Vic King, and rightfully so. But is Dark Grift Vic King's best friend on the internet for 5-6 years? Can he mount an upset of EVS? It's the Battle of Jersey. It's the Battle of the Scumwater, guys. The Scumwater, the Queen versus the King. Maybe versus the King, the new King. The Queen versus the possible new King. Which person will survive the jail fight? The black guy, the pedophile. Who will survive the Jersey Battle of Swamp Water? The Swamp Water Battle, the Battle of Murky Swampwater Creek, Blackwater Bay. All your various Game of Thrones references. The Queen has defeated 2 hands of the Queen, Roe and John Malin. Who will prevail out of the swamp water of Jersey? And who will win the prison fight between Eric July, a black man, and Vic King, a pedophile? In real life, my money would be on the black man, but in the CG Grift sphere, I think my money is on Vic King. It's a tough call, guys. Let me see what's in the chat before I close out. Grifted to the registry. All should be homeless. The special horsey, yeah. No, all of them should be homeless. I'll get the fraud for tomorrow. Blackwater Bay, let's go. The Battle of Jersey. So again, the murky, slummy, scummy, degenerate-filled Battle of New Jersey versus the prison fight of Eric July versus Vic King, black man versus pedophile, and 2 pieces of Jersey trash. Is there a worst 4 in comic books? Find out on our Pangea channels, but find out who's going to be the winner of the tournament. It's a beautiful thing here at Midnight Cherry TV. Quick little bit of content redoing the Pro Grift tourney. making the bracket. Been a good time here. We made it to the Final Four. If you looked at this, I don't know if you predict the Final Four, but a strong Final Four. The battle Blackwater Bay, Jersey versus the prison fight. It's the Final Four, fraudulent four. Been an hour 15. That's a long stream for myself. I'm getting prepared, getting ready for the EFAP of an EFAP. We're here at Midnight Cherry TV, of course, so make sure you subscribe so you can come back and watch the EFAP of an EFAP, Vic King, Dark Grift Comics, JDA, and an assortment of other cast of characters. 2 years ago, spent 3 hours watching a 35-minute video of mine, losing their mind. So I got to watch this thing in full. I'm going to try to EFAP it. We're going to see how long I last. Hopefully I last the whole thing. I'm going to have to take some breaks. I'm going to have to do it in multiple parts. That'll be something fun to look forward to. Right now, I got the Final Four: EVS, Dark Grift, Eric July, Vic King. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you stopping by. Come back on the channel. I'll see you again here on Midnight Cherry TV.